Hey, it's me, Tammy B, and this is my review for the haves and have-nots. All right, you guys. So this is the episode that came on Tuesday, August 24th or 25th, maybe. And it was titled Candace's Closing, you guys. So the episode pretty much start where we left off with David and Maggie in the car. So David is kind of distraught. He had his little tears going on. And I'm like, oh no, David. And I guess Maggie felt the same way because we know that Maggie brought David to the car lot so that he can find out that his wife Veronica is cheating. But David was like, I can't take any more of anything that Veronica has going on. So just let me know what you brought me here for. So Maggie saw the distraught in his eyes and she didn't tell him. So I took that as two ways. At first, like, okay, maybe she's not as uncouth as she sometimes comes off. But secondly, that made me believe like she really loves David, you guys. And I don't even know how I feel about that. Like, I know David and Veronica marriage is not good, but I just don't want him to get with Maggie, though. But I don't know. This is proving like she really loves him. The fact that she wasn't willing to hurt his feelings. So we'll go ahead and see if David ever finds out for sure, for real, that Veronica is cheating. So the next scene is Jim goes to the jail to find out what's going on with Wyatt. He gets there and the guards tell him what happened. The real cellmate, got stabbed, so somebody let somebody else in. So instantly he kind of starts beating up the one guy he knows. And then the one guy he knows gonna tell on the black guy, like, hey, Terrell was the one in charge last night. Like, so what? If you got this deal going on with some outside guy, it's your job to tell the night guard the rule, or you stay to make sure it goes right. I was not here for them snitching on Terrell. So then Jim gonna jack up Terrell and be like, oh, I'm gonna find out about you, beat up your kids, your mama, your daddy, and everybody, and take all your money. And I'm like, oh, are you serious? You gonna beat up Terrell just because your homeboy didn't do the job? Like, how's he supposed to know that? And then he called Terrell a rabid dog. And I'm glad he put rabbit first just to kind of soften the blow. But I'm not for no old white judge calling any young black guy a dog. So I was just like, ooh, Jim, like, dang, we was kind of on your side for finally, getting Wyatt in check in the first place. But now since your plan didn't go right, you want to beat up the black guy and make him lose his job? But at the same time, I can kind of understand because it's like, all right, it wasn't just a regular mix-up. Somebody did have to do something because y'all got the worst criminal off death row and put him in there. So I could understand him jacking him up like, something. But still, I just wasn't here for that. But anyway, Jim gets to see Wyatt. Wyatt cries, get me out, get me out. Jim tried to do some tough love, like, this is what you said, I'm just visiting, da-da-da-da-da. They kind of hug it through the cell a little bit, and Jim goes back into the police office. So Jim gonna tell the police to get out. I'm like, this their office. But anyway, he wanted to cry. So that was kind of cool because it's kind of like showing that Jim does have some emotion. He's like, dang, my son got raped. I'm kind of sad. So it was cool to see him get some emotion out. But, after he had hemmed up the black guy and after, I don't know, the crying scene wasn't as, maybe if he would have cried before he beat up the police officers or kind of hemmed them up or whatever word you want to use, then I would have a little bit of sympathy for his tears. But I know Jim like, dang, I finally tried to do something good again and it just backfired on me. So Jim cried, Wyatt cried, but at the end of the day, he ended up taking him out of jail. So then they go back to the hospital and the CPS lady, the Child Protective Services lady, goes to Candace and her boo Oscar and be like, look, you have to leave. We'll go ahead and check your stuff out, but for now you gotta leave. So she says okay, and then she kind of the CPS lady pressed about the job, and luckily Oscar kind of caught on. So Oscar saved her and was like, hey, she's distraught, let's take your card and we'll follow up with you later. So Candace and Oscar leave. I guess she's going to get her stuff together so she can still get the son. So then the CPS lady goes to Hannah and was like, okay, you have to leave as well. And Hannah was like, I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying right here in this waiting room. Now, see, that's making Hannah look like the better person because she told the mom she need to leave, and instantly the mom was like, okay. She told Hannah, like, okay, well, I can't see him, but I'm going to still wait till something happens. So Hannah is looking like the more concerned parent. But I think in Candace's defense, she got to go get this stuff ready real quick. So, I understand her leaving, but it is making Candace look like she's not the best choice. And then the lady told Hannah no, she really, really has to leave. There's nothing she could do about it, but she promises to call her, even though her calling Hannah on the low really is jeopardizing her job. Oh, and Hannah gonna say, like, look carefully everything that my daughter say. And I don't think it's true that if Candace get custody, she not gonna let Hannah visit. Like, I believe she'll let Hannah come by or let the son come by. What's she gonna do? Keep the son in captivity? Not invite the grandma to graduation, birthday parties? I don't think she that evil. I think Candace just want the son in her possession. No, Hannah ain't gonna be able to do everything she want to do and how she want to do it, but I don't think Candace will never let Hannah see the baby. Hannah and Candace ain't never got along apparently, and apparently you used to see the son before he got kidnapped by the daddy. So I don't think it's true that Candace would never let Hannah see the baby. So yeah, so Jim takes Wyatt home. Wyatt kind of acting all mad in the car, but at the end of the day, he recognized, no, I don't ever want to go to jail again. So now it seems to be clear, like, hey, Wyatt will not talk to the DA, and this was a learning lesson. But I don't know why they didn't talk about the rape. Like, I need to know for sure. Like, I would want to know for sure if I was Jim, but maybe between the two of them, they already know for sure it's happening. But Jim was just like, this is what you wanted, so I had to give it to you so you could see, and hopefully you learned your lesson. And Wyatt kind of spaced out, y'all. So I don't know. I hope he don't go back to drugs or, kill himself or anything crazy. But at least Wyatt is finally out of jail, y'all. So Diane Winchell is the reporter lady who's going to do the interview. So she gets to the office. She meets David. She meets Wyatt. And a little bit she meets Jim. So they're about to set up for Jim's announcement that he is running for governor. They flash a scene with Jeffrey and David. And that was a cute little father-son moment. Jeffrey, he looked cute, actually. He looked a little relaxed. Even though he told his dad that Melissa's in his apartment and taking over, but he still looked cool. David offered him some money. He was like, nah, I'm cool. I can't just be under y'all thumb all the time because that's how mama got me all doing what she want anyway. And he gave this cool little analogy like, oh, when I was a kid and I broke a window, you made me pay consequences. Like, you need to do that with Veronica. Like, I understand she's your wife, but you seem scared of her because you let her do whatever. And so David was like, no, I'm not scared of her or whatever. So Jeffrey kind of pumped David up to, like, finally confront Veronica. So David called Veronica, like, get your butt here now. But she didn't answer. So we'll see. All right, so Candace is closing. So this is what it is. Like, when it said Candace is closing, I don't know. I thought a little bit more was going to happen, but basically she did get the house. So she's signing the paper. And once again, Oscar is there. Y'all, I'm like, dude, is Oscar everywhere? I thought you was like a multi-millionaire with businesses. Like, do you have time to hang out all day at the hospital and stuff? But so now he knows too much. Now Oscar knows everything about the son and the child protective services. And now he knows that Candace bought this bomb house. He see how nice it is. And all she told him was he had $50,000. You can't buy that house. Well, I know out here you can't buy that house for $50,000. And I think even, in Georgia you probably couldn't. So he's just seeing more into her life. So if he really is the enemy, this is all bad to have him tagging along. So Candace gets the house and Oscar leaves, but she's coming around to him because she was like, I really want you to stay, but my brother here and he crazy, so just leave. So they kiss and he leaves. So Benny comes and Candace thanks Benny for getting Lil Quincy out. She was like, I just know it was you and I don't know how you did it, but thank you. So Jeffrey says thanks. Then they go around the corner to the house that Candace bought Benny. So he shows Benny around. Candace shows Benny around and everything looks good. He's excited. They get into a little tiff when he mentions mama because he already lived with his mama. So he was like, oh, mama gonna love this room. So Candace got mad for a second like, oh, mama can't live here or you can't get this house as mama gonna come. And I'm like, okay, that's shady. You can't be no Indian giver like that. And secondly, come on now. What you think? He wasn't gonna let his mama live with him? But I guess in Candace's defense, she feel like, okay, she has a house paid in full. Like, why would you bring her here? But because then they'll have to sell a house, and that's kind of a long, tedious process selling a house. But hey, if you already got a better house, why not sell it and they get to keep the money, or they could just pay their own mortgage. So I was surprised that Hannah didn't, or Candace didn't just automatically think that Hannah was coming or Hannah was invited. But like Candace said, once Hannah don't trust nothing. So I really doubt if she gonna give up her paid in full house in her name to move into this big house that Benny got with no explanation. So at first Candace seemed like she was gonna take the house back because Benny was like, all right, well if mama can't come, you can take your little house back, girl. I was like, all right, Benny, you better go ahead and put your foot down because yeah, I understand. Don't nobody give me a house and tell me what I can do in it. I'd rather not have it. If you give me something, it's mine to do whatever I want with it. So Benny was gonna give it back, but then Candace was like, go ahead, just keep it. She ain't gonna come anyway, so I don't have nothing to worry about. So now Benny has a new towing company and a new house. So Wyatt is at home. He acting all kind of calm. He tell his mom hi, but I'm surprised he didn't even hug him and the mom didn't hug. Wyatt and Catherine didn't even hug. Like, I understand he's distraught or whatever, but even after being distraught, I would kind of give my mom a hug, even though I was mad, even though I would be mad that, hey, you came to visit me and left me in there. At the end of the day, you free. So, you could be a little bit more grateful, but y'all, Wyatt ain't having it. He think that was way too much. Like, you knew people get raped and beat up in there, and you gonna send me there in the first place? But I'm like, come on, Wyatt. You was saying you wanted to go anyway. So Wyatt calls Jeffrey to meet him around back so Jeffrey can take him somewhere because he packed his little duffel bag and he getting out there, y'all. So Wyatt is out of there. He ain't going to the campaign meeting, announcement thing or nothing. Jeffrey rescue him and they go anywhere. And he did tell Jeffrey he got beat up. It seemed like he almost wanted to tell him that he got raped, but he didn't say those words. So y'all, David finally confronts Veronica. Veronica finally peruses her little self in the office all walking slow. And she like, oh, I don't appreciate your little stern messages or whatever. And David just run her down like, y'all. David was just like, all right, you didn't mess with our son. You didn't burn down the house. You got Wyatt's raped. You hit the car. You did this, this, and that. And there's no consequences. So you need to get some help or else our marriage is over. And she was like, oh, first of all, she did reveal the truth. Because he was like, what was you doing at the tow yard? And she was like, oh, I was having sex with the owner. And she did have sex with Benny there. And Benny is the owner. So she got a nice, nasty way of telling the truth. Because remember when she told Lisa McDowell, the DA, that, oh, I burned down the house because I was trying to kill my husband. But nobody believed her. So now she told David, oh, I was sleeping with the owner. And he kind of brushed it off. Like, he grimaced a little bit, but it don't seem like he really took her for serious or not. So I don't know. So he was like, if you don't get help, our marriage is over. And she was like, our marriage been over. So she handed him some files. Now instantly I thought it was divorce papers, but David's response was, oh, because you're not getting your way, you're going to throw away everything we have built. So I kind of think maybe it was some secrets that she can expose in that file or something. But she walks out and he just tossed the files on the table. So we don't know what's happening, y'all. Is David and Veronica together or are they breaking up? All right, so Hannah goes back to work at the Criers and she acting all shifty. So even though Catherine is getting ready to be on TV, she asks Hannah what's wrong. Hannah says, you know I don't like asking you for stuff, but I finally found my grandson and I need a judge. Do you know this judge? Catherine said, yeah, write down your grandson's name. I'm going to call the judge and have it together. Any chance I get to stick it to your daughter, I'm going to help you. And no, you're not wrong for doing this. So I appreciate that Hannah does feel wrong because on one side she is only trying to do what's best for the child, but at the same time doing best for the child does mean hurting her own child. So at least she does feel a little bit torn, but Catherine assured her that she didn't think that she was doing the wrong thing. So we'll see, you guys. The CPS lady called Hannah and was like, no, the job didn't check out, but her place did, and it doesn't look like you're getting custody. So now Hannah might be able to swoop in with the help of Catherine and get the son after all, get Quincy Jr. after all. All right, you guys, so we're finally at the big reveal. Diana Winchell finally has Jim in the interviewer seat, and she just go ahead and asks him, are you running for governor? And he says yes. So it's a little cheer behind that. And then she starts asking shady questions like, how many children do you have? And they're trying to be somewhat sympathetic since they know one daughter just died. So he kind of said that, unfortunately, my daughter passed away and now we have the one son. And she was like, oh, the one son? And started looking at her notes or whatever. Anyway, long story short, y'all, Diane Winchell ended up busting Jim out. She was like, well, it's come to our attention that you have two other children. Let's go to the camera and meet those children. Y'all, and there goes Celine. Girl, Celine was looking pissed off. And she had the son that we know and then the younger son. So I was kind of confused. So the older son, either they changed actors or maybe his haircut made him look too different because I thought both of the boys were like grown. So, and remember the son had worked at the little politician's office for a little bit too. So he looked different. So I don't know if they changed actors or is it because he got a lower haircut, he looked different. But they have the older son, the 20-something-year-old son. And then it looked like they had a little boy. He looked like he was about 9 or something. So, dang. So, I thought, like, he cheated, like, way back in the day, and maybe she popped out 2 kids back to back. But no. So, they had a long, ongoing affair. Or even if they had only sex twice to make the 2 babies, like, it was, like, 10 years apart at least. So, y'all, Celine got a mean mug on her face, and then the 2 sons are sitting right there. So, that's how the episode ended. They just panned to the camera with Celine and the 2 sons. And everybody see Catherine looked pissed off. Veronica and David, they just look, they keep a straight face, but you could tell they looking like, oh man. And then Maggie Day, she went to the camera guy, was like, cut this now. He's like, there's nothing I can do. Well, he didn't say that, but that look on his face said that. So, but that's it. It was live TV. And even if you cut off the camera, it's already been said. So, oh my goodness. That's what Celine was scoring, y'all. So, this is her get back. Because like she said it when she was there the other day. Oh, this ain't over. So, now we see Celine about to probably snitch on all the deets, y'all. So, that was it. So, that was the have and have not, you guys. It looked really good. That cliffhanger with Celine. I was just like, oh my gosh. And then, so next week we see Landon and Veronica get into it. Landon say something like, oh, that's why your husband left you anyway. And I'm like, wait, first of all, how he know that? But secondly, if those was divorce papers, technically Veronica left him. But Landon is kind of getting buck with Veronica in front of Jeffrey, and Veronica say something like, oh, you gonna let this little girl talk to me. So she throwing her little disses in. And then we see Maggie kind of cussing out Diane Winchell, saying, oh, get out of here. You're not a reporter. You're a tabloid person. This is not professional. Get out or whatever. And Diane Winchell just kind of looking like, So that's it, you guys. So that was the have and have nots, you guys. I hope you like this review. Go ahead and like the video. You know what's up. Give me the thumbs up. Go ahead and hit me up on Twitter, you guys. My Twitter name is TammyB_. Let me know how your day is going. Let me know your thoughts on the show or any other shows, and we can keep in touch that way. You can also check out my Facebook page at It Is Me, Tammy B. All right, you guys. So enjoy your day, and I'll see you for the next review. Bye.